What's going on, everyone? As we all know, fight weekend coming up this weekend, UFC Fight Night 102 in Albany, New York. And I'm stoked to have one of the fighters who will be fighting on the main card, and it's actually the first fight of the main card. I have UFC light heavyweight Jon Villante joining me on the line right now. What's going on?
Doing all right. I got some hiccups. Give you a little warning now. They won't go away. Try everything.
Oh no! Did you eat something that caused that?
I don't know what it is. I get them sometimes, and then they stick with me because they're in my head, and I can't get rid of them. I hate them. I hate them, though. I get them.
Yeah.
Whenever I get them, they last for like 3-4 hours. It's the worst. It's torture.
Oh, no. But I have heard if you hold your breath and, like, plug your nose, it helps. And true story.
I'll try.
It's helped for me, at least.
Trust me. I've tried everything. These are like heavyweight hiccups. These don't go away. They're hard.
Oh, yeah. That is true. Light heavyweight hiccups. But Jon, so first off, though, I do want to talk to you about, quite a few changes that's happened recently, and as of 4 days ago, I guess, you've gone through quite a few opponent changes from Delima to Patrick Cummins, and now Cummins is out due to a staph infection, and your new opponent is the undefeated Safarov, who's actually making his UFC debut. How has this camp been going from, kind of expecting one opponent and then now getting another?
Yeah. I mean, it's a little unfortunate. It was the guy I wanted to fight. Cummins. I thought it was a fun fight, but like I was saying to anyone on my coaches or anyone that asks, we talk about it. We don't really go into fights with game plans. We go into fights, intending to imply what we want to do, imply my will and my strengths up to the fight, not worry about what he's going to do. So I don't really care what he comes and brings to the table. I just got to do what I want to do and make him adjust to me. So that's the plan right now, is to make him adjust to me and go forward and beat him up with some punches and hopefully put him to sleep.
And if you do come out successful this weekend and do beat him, is Patrick someone that you would still want to fight?
Yeah, sure. I think it'd be a fun fight, a great fight. That's up to the UFC. I don't really get to pick who I got to fight, who I want to fight. But I think that'd be a fun fight. I think a lot of people would enjoy that. If not, I have some other names I'd like to fight, stuff like that. So, whoever it is,
who?
I mean, first thing is just get this win. I'd like to fight. My thing always was, to fight any of those legends would be something I always wanted to do with, like a Nogueira or a Shogun, two guys I think still left at 205 that have, guys that are legends in the sport that I would love to fight one day. So maybe those guys would be something great, but, whoever they give me, they've always gave me great opponents. Joe Silva did. I'm sure the guy they hired now, I think his name's Mick Maynard. I'm sure who's controlling my way now. I'm sure he'll do a great job too. If the UFC hired him, got to be the best. So that's something I'm really looking forward to, is seeing what he has in mind for me in the future.
And what about kind of fighting, in your backyard? I do know that for your UFC debut, you have fought in New Jersey. But this will be your first fight in the promotion in your hometown in New York. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, just a long time overdue. I mean, when I first started, I didn't think it would take this long. I was bringing 300-400 people with me to New Jersey to watch me fight in the beginning of my career. Now I'm in the UFC, a lot bigger card. I can only imagine how many more people I'll have there this coming weekend. So, it's unfortunate it took this long, but I'm happy it finally got done, and just looking forward to having a good after party with everyone and being able to drink some beers with my friends and family.
Yeah, and I know in some interviews, you talk about other guys from New York and other fighters like, Chris Weidman. For this camp in particular. Did anyone in particular or any of those guys help you train for your fight this weekend?
Oh yeah, I mean it's a community. You have to be able to train with each other and help each other out. We all, if we don't have fights, someone else has a fight, so there's really no downtime. You're always in the gym helping each other out. Chris was a huge help to me. Helped me, all the way up until his fight, and then the day he got his stitches out from his fight, he was back in the gym helping me. I had Kostas Philippou, another guy who, retired last year but still in the gym actively. He helped me out a lot. Adam Konagi, heavyweight undefeated boxer, he helped me. A lot of good dudes, man, that helped me out. Actually, Corey Anderson, who's fighting on this card, who I fought before, we did some training together. So I've had a lot of good guys, and guys who are at the top of the sport help me get ready for this fight.
Now, were those some changes that you have made after your fight against Latifi? Or did you kind of, just keep the same camp and the same game plan going into this weekend? Obviously, the only thing being the difference is the opponent change.
Yeah, I pretty much kept the same stuff. A guy with Latifi was, I kind of did what I wanted to do, backed him up the whole time. I just didn't let my hands go enough. That was on me more than anything else. It was, I didn't expect him to want to wrestle as much as he did. I think he went for something like 18 takedowns, and I stopped at 16. So, it was just, he kind of made it a boring fight. I wanted to make it an exciting fight. I did what I wanted to do, but, I had to worry about the takedown. So that was just something I think that I need to fix, in my head more than anything else, just to let my hands go. It wasn't really anything cardio-wise or game plan-wise or anything like that. It was just, in my head, I had to let my hands go a little bit more. Kind of got a little hesitant to throw punches and kicks at times because of how much he was going for wrestling. So I was able to stop him. Just, I just had to have more confidence in my wrestling defense, which I did. I did a lot of wrestling this camp, and so I have a lot of confidence in that, and that has been fun.
And also, Jon, I want to get your take on even, for example, the light heavyweight division and the champion. It was announced right after Thanksgiving, I believe, that Daniel Cormier pulled out of UFC 206 against Anthony Johnson. What's your thoughts on that kind of being scrapped?
I feel bad for Anthony Johnson, man. The guy does what he has to do to keep earning title shots and keep getting taken away. And then by the time he's ready to go, Cormier, Jones will be back, and they'll probably get Jones a shot, which kind of stinks, and I feel bad for him about it. But it's unfortunate. I think this division's pretty much wide open. Jones is a tough guy who hasn't really shown a lot of flaws in his game, but everyone else, I feel like, I'd be okay with and no problem and have fun fights with. So, it's just a matter of getting those guys and having the right fights at the right time. So, like I said, I think anyone could be champion in our division because of how hard people hit. And there's a lot of good, well-rounded guys. There's a lot of guys, 1 through 20, who I think could be champions in this division.
Yeah, it is very stacked. But if Anthony does still, get his rematch against Daniel, do you think he could beat him?
Oh, I certainly do. He in that first fight, he hit him with a punch that I think Cormier went clear across the cage. It's going to be a fun fight no matter what. If he just to work on his wrestle a little bit. Cormier is a world-class wrestler, but if he could stop that stuff, you don't need to be a world-class wrestler to stop wrestling in an MMA fight. A lot of things go into it. It's not just wrestling. Punches and kicks and stuff like that will stop takedowns. So I think, there's some things that I'm sure he's been working on that, he's in a good camp over there that I'm sure he'll improve on the next time he fights him, and I do think he could win.
And, if Jon Jones never, had to leave and everything worked out, do you think that he would still be a dominant champion?
It's hard to say no to that one. The guy has never really showed one flaw in this game. His one loss is from illegal strikes, in which he was destroying a guy. The only other time he kind of was in a little trouble was when he was in the armbar to Vitor Belfort, but got out of that and wound up finishing Vitor. So, I mean, the guy's pretty damn awesome and tough to beat. Until someone shows a flaw in his game, it's going to be, I can't say anything against him.
Yeah, well, first off, most importantly, is the fight for you this weekend at UFC Fight Night 102 in your home in Albany, New York. Best of luck to you, and thank you so much for your time.
No problem. Appreciate you having me.